Well, good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, whatever your current life situation is. Hello, YouTube. It's Jeff Kite back again with another episode of Kite's Curiosities. Gonna finish up the TTM mail that I've gotten, I reckon, this past couple weeks or so. And tomorrow morning, I'm gonna open up some friend mail that I got from some awesome people. I'll make sure I give credit where credit is due. Jay Pylon is one of the ones who sent me some friend mail. And Mr. Scott Spalding sent me some friend mail as well. Well, me and Scott Spalding, we did a blind trade. And I can't wait to get into that and see what he sent me. So, very excited. Looking forward to that in the morning. I'm a man of great patience and restraint. I don't always just tear into my mail when I first get it. I like to pile it up and give me a little something to look forward to. But I don't like getting these, but it's part of the game. I understand. Mr. Mel Counts. Got this return to sender. Mr. Mel Counts. He is not, either he's not at the 717 Castle Pines Drive North address located in Kaiser, Oregon, or he's just no longer receiving mail. Mr. Mel Counts, if y'all don't know who he is, he was part of that 1964 United States Olympic gold medal winning team in basketball, and he's in the United States Olympic Hall of Fame for being a key member of that team that won that gold medal. So, did not get Mr. Mel Counts. I'm going to look and see if I can find another address, and hopefully I'll be able to send one out to him. If not, Mr. Mel Counts, I sure hope you're doing well, and just my thoughts and prayers will be with you if you are not. So, anyway, I appreciate getting it back. So, sharing that for our community. So that address is no longer any good. But we got three here we're going to take a look at coming out of Greensboro, North Carolina, Piedmont Triad area. Got one coming out of Oakland, California, and one coming out of Hartford, Connecticut. So we got two East Coasts and a West Coast. So let's go ahead and start ripping into these things and seeing what we got. We're going to do Oakland, California first. Whoops. Oakland, California first. Let's see what we got here. Oh, nice. Got another one added to the Braves collection. Mr. Paul Zuvella. Says, Jeffrey, best wishes, Paul Zuvella. Paul Zuvella, he was an interesting player, I guess you could say, for the Braves. He in the minors, he would just absolutely tear it up. He'd hit like 280, 300 in the minors and then get called up to the majors, and then just that bat would just go quiet. And he could always hit pretty good, could at least make contact. You know, shortstops at the time, they didn't really care if they hit all that great, but as long as they could field their position, they'd be all right with them. Well, Paul was never a good fielder, you know. You play baseball very much, you know, a shortstop needs to be fielding about 98%. 98% success rate on his fielding to be, you know, considered good, decent, serviceable. Well, Paul here, he wasn't the best. He was a 959 fielding percentage, so well below that 98% that people look for. He was a career 222 hitter, and he just kind of bounced around for several years. He was with the Braves, went to the Yankees. In fact, when the Yankees got him, they thought he was going to be the replacement for Bucky Dent, who I think he retired in 1982. They think, oh, we got our shortstop, man. No, not the case. He eventually found his way to the Indians, and he backed up like Jay Bell and Felix Fermin and those guys. In 1989, he did hit 276, but it was only in 24 games, and then he eventually got cut like next season, and then played with the Royals a little bit, and then wound up retiring and taking his money and becoming a real estate developer out in California. So he's doing okay for himself, and had a nice little major league career. And like I said, he played more games than I did, 209 games in the major leagues. That's 209 more than I ever did. So I'm very happy to have Mr. Paul Zuvella to add him to the Braves collection. All right. Moving on to Hartford, Connecticut. Let's see what we got. That's kind of a thick one right here. Like that. Let's see. All right. Let's see what we got here. My letter came back to me. Oh, nice. Oh, cool. Look at this. I got an awesome Miracle on Ice sticker from the 1980 U.S. Olympic hockey team member. Oh, that is beautiful. Mr. Steve Janicic. Mr. Steve Janicic. Now, I'm going to show you where Mr. Steve Janicic is on this card. Mr. Steve Janicic is right there. That's him right there, hugging that player. That's his head, his moppy long hair that he had, curly long hair. But that's Mr. Steve Janicic right there on his beautiful Olympics Hall of Fame card, being a member of the 1980 U.S. Olympic team. If you go to look up his stats, you ain't gonna find any. He was the only player that did not play in the Olympic tournament. But his coach in college, Herb Brooks, told him, he said, hey, look, I'm going to take you to Lake Placid with me, but I can't guarantee you're going to play. And Janicic said, hey, I'm in. You know, let's do it. And even though he didn't play, he did everything else that Herb Brooks needed him to do. He got up early every day. He practiced before the team ever hit the ice, got his work in, got even more work in with the regulars and the first and second and third shifters. He sharpened skates after practice was done, stayed up, probably did laundry and things like that. And he was basically a coach on the bench for that team. And he was rewarded with a gold medal. And just a great story of somebody working behind the scenes that might not get noticed, but was a major part of some big success that a group or team experienced. So very happy to have Mr. Steve Janicic. He wasn't a bad player. He helped Minnesota, University of Minnesota, he helped guide them to the national championship in 1979. And he was really good. His record that year was 29-11-1. In fact, he was the MVP of the college hockey, NCAA college hockey tournament that year. He played in a handful of games in the NHL, played like 2 games for the Colorado Rockies. Yeah, that Colorado Rockies team. I don't know if y'all know that or not. There was a hockey team called the Colorado Rockies. And he played in 2 games for them. Played, I think, a game for the Minnesota North Stars. Y'all know him as the Dallas North Stars now, but he was in Minnesota to start off with. And he played in the International Hockey League for a little bit and was actually their American-born Rookie of the Year in 1981. So he had some success, just not the major success in the NHL that, he probably had hoped for. But he got him a gold medal, so that's all that matters. So Mr. Steve Janicek, very happy to have him. All right. Coming out of Greensboro, North Carolina. Let's check this final one right here. Let's see what we got. All right. Oh, very nice. I didn't send him this one. This was an extra. This is Mr. Rex White, NASCAR Hall of Famer. He signed one. Yeah, there it is. He signed two. Me and Rex White, we actually have a mutual friend that lives here in the Atlanta area. In fact, Rex did live in the Atlanta metro area for a number of years. After he retired from NASCAR, he was in the tire business, I think, maybe, or auto parts, something like that. But anyway, I found out from my friend that he and I are good. My friend that is friends with Rex White, that he had a stroke recently and isn't able to, sign like he used to back in the day. So he did what he could on this one. Thank you so much, Mr. Rex, for sending that back to me. And I guess this is one he signed, an extra he had signed before his stroke, or before things got kind of difficult for him. But I want to tell y'all about old Rex White. Wonderful man, great guy. Like I said, NASCAR Hall of Famer. He was a short track legend in the late 50s and early 60s. And those of y'all don't know much about racing, short track is anything less than a mile. So your 3/4 mile tracks, the little smaller ones, paper clips like at Bristol and that kind of thing. That's where Rex really excelled. And on those short tracks, you have a lot of lap traffic. You get out in front and you start passing the guys that are behind you. And once you get past a bunch, man, it's hard to catch back up, and you have to kind of bob and weave in and out and, be careful. And he was a driver owner and won the 1960 Grand National Championship. So he was NASCAR champion in 1960. But from 1959 to 1962, that's when he really made his money. He ran 140 races during that 4-year time span. 140 races. He finished in the top 10 in 123 of those races. Absolutely incredible race car driver. He was really, really good. Had 26 career wins total, and 1962 was his biggest win total. He won 8 races in 62, finished, I think, 5th in points because he had some DNFs, some did not finish races that hurt him in the point standing. So very happy to have Mr. Rex White back. So add him to the collection here. So all right, that's it. I'm working on about 15 minutes now, 14 minutes over. So tell me what y'all think. What do y'all think, Mr. Paul Zuvella, Steve Janicek, and Mr. Rex White? Great returns here. I'm very pleased with it. So as always, folks, like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. Till next time, y'all take care now. Have a good one. Bye.